We live in a great country with freedoms like no other. To honor America and respect for all whom have served this great country to defend these freedoms, you're invited to stand and sing our national anthem. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the OHSAA. And now, for tonight's starting lineup.
Good evening and welcome to CVCA Livestream's coverage of CVCA Boys Lacrosse. It's the start of the 2025 season, and you are tuned into CVCA Livestream simultaneous coverage on YouTube and on the NFHS network. This is Tim Nichols, and we're here with the Livestream crew to bring you tonight's game. Starting lineup being announced right now. We're going to turn the attention and the audio over to the public address announcer, Chuck Parada.
Number 21, Faceoff, Sion Thapa. Number 41, Defense, Braden Huth. Number 12, Defense, Matthew Siff. Number 33, Defense, Asher DiMatteo. And in goal, number 37, Tyler Thordarson. Ladies and gentlemen, your CVCA Royals, led by head coach Tim Gage, assistant coaches Michael Joyce, Alec Nicoletti, Chris Larker, Steve Humphrey, and Ty Camp. CVCA fans, get on your feet and make some noise for your starting lineup. In goal, number 2, Cord Stegmeyer. Number 12, attack, Carter Klein. Number 14, team captain at attack, Nick Gage. Number 21, midfielder and captain, Michael Joyce. Number 13, defense, Bradley Skolnikovich. At LSM, number 16, team captain, Calvin Warren. At faceoffs, number 19, Eli Parada. Number 28, midi, Dirk Geiger. Number 29, attack, Ollie Stegmeyer. And at midi, number 30, Owen Guzzi.
The starting lineups for tonight's contest between CVCA and Solon. It's the start of the 2025 season here at Royal Stadium. It's a beautiful night for the start of the lacrosse season. Crisp, cool, slightly overcast skies tonight. Temperature at face-off time, 50 degrees here with a slight wind out of the southwest. This is CVCA Livestream's coverage of CVCA Boys Lacrosse. It's the start of spring. And we want to remind you, as you're tuned in tonight, to be sure to follow us on social media by searching for the social media handle at CVCA Livestream on X, on Instagram, and on Facebook. And if you're watching tonight on YouTube, I want to remind you, make sure to subscribe to the CVCA Livestream YouTube channel. Ensure you're aware of all of our future broadcast information. Face-off tonight, about ready to go. And we are about ready to go. It's Eli Parada, the Fogo for CVCA, and his counterpart for Solon is Sion Thapa. CVCA coming off a campaign in which they went 13-5 a year ago. Solon 2-16, and we are underway in the 2025 season. It's the Comets who control the opening face-off, and they'll set up in their offensive zone. Zach Stein has it on the near side, and he'll send it up to Vinny Farley. Farley back to Stein. Stein sends it down to X. Fosse Embacher. And Solon working around to the middle. Ball's down to the ground, and the chase is on for it to the near side. Push. Solon comes up with it. Farley up top. Quickly to Noah Landsberg, and across the side, a long shot. And it's knocked down, actually saved by Court Stegmeyer's first of the day. And the Royals will outlet. Big collision. And Nick Gage has it. Team captain, left side, shoots. And it's over the crossbar, out of bounds. And that is CVCA ball as they were nearest to it. If you were new to lacrosse and tuning in for the first time, we'll put up some rules at the first stoppage. But there's a chase on a shot. Closest team to it, when it goes out of bounds, retains possession or takes over possession. Meanwhile, Royals with their first offensive set of the evening. Michael Joyce puts a shot, and it's loose behind the net and picked up by one of the long poles for Solon, Braden Huth. Huth will send it to the goaltender, and in goal today for Solon. We'll get the name in just a moment because the Comets are on the attack. Quickly up the field, crossing over, and it's taken away by one of the long poles for CVCA, but scooped up, shot, and a bouncing ball. Heads out of bounds over the end line, and a pair of twos chase after it. Closest to it with Fosse Embacher, and the Comets from Solon will retain possession. Court Stegmeyer in goal for CVCA. Stegmeyer, a three-sport athlete, golf, hockey, and lacrosse. The senior for CVCA. Meanwhile, it's Embacher, again operating from X. Try and get toward the crease. Loses the ball, it's down. No score early, and the whistle blows. It's a loose ball push against CVCA, and the Comets will retain possession here. Early first quarter action. Noah Landsberg will start out for the Comets. And they restart play. Landsberg. And now back to Embacher again at the X position behind the goal. Solon works it around. Up top again, Landsberg. Stein to Embacher. Embacher like a point guard at that X position if you're new to hockey. He's going to roll. Crease roll. Saved by Court Stegmeyer. The ball is loose and scooped up by CVCA. It was Eli Parada to Stegmeyer, who outlets, and he hits the long pole, Bradley Skolnekovich. And to Nick Gage. Gage, the junior. His dad, Tim Gage, the brand new head coach of CVCA. His first game on the sidelines for the Royals varsity program. If you recognize that last name, you should. His daughter, Caroline Gage, now starring at the Naval Academy. Flag down, and the Royals are going to go a man up here at the next stoppage. The first opportunity, but they'll have to wait and see if Nick Gage can get one here, right? He shoots and he scores, and Nick Gage puts the Royals up 1-0. And we'll see if we've got a replay of that one. We do not, but we'll get better on the replay for that. Nick Gage, first goal of the season for the junior.
Goal by number 14, Nick Gage.
Royals and Solon met last year up at Stewart Field on the first game of the season, and CVCA won easily. It was the first game for Solon head coach Nick Pogan, who's now in his second year. The Royals won that game 11-2 a year ago. As we mentioned, the Comets graduated 20 seniors back in 2023, and it was a rebuilding effort for new head coach Nick Pogan. In the second year, looking to improve. Right now, 1-0 CVCA with 8:33 to go in the first period. Once again, Parada and Fassi Mbacher. Check that, it's Sion Thapa. Will take the faceoff. Possession is key, and Eli Parada is going to win it right here for CVCA, and they'll go back on the attack on offense. Up top, loose ball down. And still loose. Nick Gage is going to chase after it. He gets knocked out of the way. And the loose ball is finally taken up by Solon's Braden Huth. Huth trying to escape, whistles blow. And a timeout has been called, it looks like. So Nick Gage scored that first goal. Just prior to that, the flag was down. So because of the goal being scored, there was no penalty assessed to Solon. Timeout for the Comets. And with 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go, an early timeout for head coach Nick Pogan, who again is in his second year. Once again, Tim Gage is the new head coach for CVCA. He was announced earlier this year. He becomes the third head coach in CVCA lacrosse history. And looking forward to big things under Coach Gage this season and in seasons to come. The CVCA coaching staff, Tim Gage, the head coach, associate head coach, Michael Joyce, Alec Nicoletti coaching JV. He's a CVCA lacrosse alum, as is Ty Camp, one of the assistants, and then Chris Larker also assisting this year. New brain trust in the sidelines for the Royals. We'll see how the season progresses. Right now, it's Nick Gage, the only goal of the contest, 1-0 CVCA early here in the first half. Just 8:05 remaining, or still 8:05 remaining in period number 1. 4 quarters in lacrosse. Solon with the possession at the timeout, and so they will restart just prior to midfield, or just shy of midfield. Whistle blows, and we're back underway. Noah Landsberg for Solon. Gets it up to Zach Stein. Stein to the middle. A shot and a score. Solon is on the board. Fassi Mbacher from Zach Stein makes it 1-1. First goal of the season for the Solon Comets. And here comes the replay on that one. Mbacher got loose right in what would be the crease in hockey terms, right in front of the goal, and bounced it in. And so Mbacher, the senior attackman for the Solon Comets, makes it 1-1. We'll restart again at midfield. And the Comets control. It's number 42, who's not on our varsity roster for the Comets. We'll see if we can get a look and find out the name of that player for Solon. But he wins possession, and the Comets, right off the heels of the last goal, will look for another one right here as they sub in some offensive midfielders. And Cord Stegmeyer with the takeaway as they were looking to get it down to X. Cord will cross and change fields. Gets it to CVCA's Bradley Skolnekovic. Skolnekovic, a freshman, transferred in to CVCA this year. Previously went to school in Pennsylvania, so a new to CVCA, but not a new to CVCA family. If you remember the name Bova, Ty Bova, and Jack, a couple of football players. Well, he's the cousin. And there's a goal by CVCA's Carter Klein, his first of the year, to put the Royals back up 2-1. We'll get another look at it right here. And Klein right in on the crease. Put it behind the goaltender for Solon. Tyler Thordarson. Thordarson has the unenviable task of trying to replace the graduated goaltender Eric Boykin for Solon. Boykin, all he did last year was set the state record, the Ohio High School Athletic Association record, with 347 saves for the Solon Comets a year ago. Thordarson, a senior, has big shoes to fill as the Comets win the faceoff once again. Trailing 2-1, Solon will try and get back even here. Noah Landsberg, Jr. He was the most improved player for the Solon Comets squad a year ago. Now Stein back up top. Landsberg, quick pass to Blake Gargano, and now it's already back to X, where Fosse Embacher, who has the only goal today for Solon, finds Stein on the near side. Here they got a cutter. Stein's going to get a shot, saved by Stegmeyer, and he'll scoop it up, and Cord will start out with it. Cord, way out of his crease, loose ball on the far side. It goes out of bounds, and Solon will get possession. Unlike a shot, when it goes out of bounds off your stick, it goes over to the other team, kind of like a basketball play. So a little bit of a basketball-soccer combination if you're new to lacrosse. But on the shot, it's the closest to it, retaining possession. So Solon on the turnover will get it right back. Embacher with just over half the first period gone, 4 12-minute quarters. Far side now, Vinny Farley. Embacher on the crease roll, shoots, and it goes off the side of the net. Flag goes up in the air, and it looks like the Royals may go a man down. And they will. Number 28 for CVCA, that's Dirk Geiger being ushered to the sideline. We'll see if the penalty is on him. And it is. It's an illegal body check against Dirk Geiger. 1 minute penalty for him, non-releasable. And so Solon will be a man up. So this is where lacrosse meets hockey. The Royals will play a man down here. So it's called an extra man opportunity for the Comets for 1 minute. That power play, as if it were, or extra man opportunity, starts at about 5:35. So the Comets looking for an equalizer here in a 2-1 contest just past the midway point of the first quarter here on CVCA Livestream. The puck. I got hockey on the brain. A loose ball, and it's near midfield. And you see the defenseman cannot go across midfield, so they could not scoop that up, and Solon was able to retrieve it. Ball is down once again, and it's scooped up by one of the Comets. Stein has it. Stein will roll. He'll shoot, and he'll bounce and go out of bounds. Retaining possession will be the Comets with about 25 seconds to go. The penalty time to Dirk Geiger. Solon with a shot, and Cord Stegmeyer with another save. It's knocked down, scooped toward the goal, and now the race is on. Stegmeyer's going to win that race, and CVCA will gain possession. Good job by Cord Stegmeyer to win that race, and the Royals will retain or gain possession here despite being down. Cord sends it up, but turns it over as it unable to catch it was Michael Joyce, and Solon will take over once again. But Solon will throw it away on a pass play that does not connect, and CVCA will take it. Penalty time almost up. And it is back to even. And so the Royals kill off the extra man opportunity for the Comets and have a 2-1 lead. They're into the offensive zone. Nick Gage. He's going to look to shoot. Gage. Behind the back shot. Does not go. And that's off the top of the crossbars. Solon was trying to come down with the puck. I should be fine every time I say that. We did 26 hockey games, and we're doing our first lacrosse game. So it's a ball, not a puck. Nevertheless, CVCA with another chance, as Nick Gage could not convert in that B2B, the behind-the-back opportunity. The Royals did retain possession. Now Gage again. He's going to wind up and shoot, and he's going to score. CVCA on the board again. Nick Gage is second of the day. It's 3-1 Royals. You'll get another chance to take another look at it right here. Gage from about the 30-yard line wound up and beat the goaltender Thordarson. It's 3-1 CVCA. They give Michael Joyce the assist, and CVCA has a 3-1 lead. Face off again. This time Eli Parada is going to get to it first. And he gets knocked down, but the Royals scoop it up there. Whistle blows. It's a loose ball push against Solon, and so the Royals will take over possession. If they hadn't had the penalty called, well, right there on the spot was Calvin Warren, who's ready to scoop it up for the Royals. Calvin Warren, one of the captains, along with Michael Joyce and Nick Gage this year. Joyce and Warren, a pair of seniors. Nick Gage, a junior for CVCA. And Michael Joyce has it. Ranges to his left. He's going to shoot, and wide of the net. He goes out of bounds. The Royals retain the ball. Ollie Stegmeyer with it. A two-sport athlete, Ollie Stegmeyer, one of the leaders of CVCA's hockey team, and the brother of Court Stegmeyer, the goaltender. Gage behind the net. Crease roll, shoots, and he scores again. Nick Gage has 3 goals here in the first quarter, and the Royals are up 4-1. We've got another look at it in case you missed it. Here's the replay. Gage went behind the net to X. And then got a little space. Solon's defenseman right there gave Nick Gage too much space. And the Royals up 4-1 here. First quarter, 3:06 to go. Restart, and Eli Parada wins another one. Gets it to Gage. Quickly across the field. Klein. Carter Klein. His shot wide. Whistle blows, and they're going to call Solon closest to it. So the Comets down 4-1 now. We'll try and break out, but they put it right on the ground, and CVCA takes back the ball. Tyler Franks to Joyce. Joyce puts a shot on goal. Just goes wide of the. And on the chase for CVCA is Ollie Stegmeyer. He'll restart to Gage on the far side of the field. Gage crossed the field looking for Carter Klein. It's down. And a pair of Royals bump into each other, and that gives an opportunity for Solon to try and get it, but they cannot as Stegmeyer picks it up. Chasing after it was Noah Landsberg. So Gage now. Gage being guarded by Solon's Braden Huth. Royals reset. Klein, the near side hash mark. Feigns a long shot. He'll take a long shot, and he's going to score. Carter Klein gets his second of the first quarter, his second of the afternoon. And the Royals increase the lead to 5-1 as you see Klein with a long distance goal right there. 5-1 CVCA. Their face-off coming up right here. Eli Parada pushes it forward, and he wins his third in a row. Starting to take control at the face-off dot, but it's knocked away, and Solon comes up with it on the loose ball. Peter Naun had it. It's loose again, though, and the Royals take possession. Calvin Warren to Nick Gage. Gage crosses, was looking for a teammate. It comes to Carter Klein. Originally, they were looking for Tyler Franks. Now Klein will set up top to Joyce. Michael Joyce looking for his first. To his left, finds a wide open Ali Stegmeyer, but couldn't control the pass. Franks has it fall to him. He picks it up. Still loose on the ground, and he'll pick it up again. Bounces it up to Gage. Final minute 14 in the first quarter. Royals leading 5-1. Gage to his left. And they're going to call a Ward. And so turnover, and the Comets will get possession. Flag is down. So the Comets will get possession, and they'll get a man-up opportunity. On the next stoppage, there's a shot, and there's the whistle. Saved by Cord Stegmeyer off of an opportunity from Zach Stein. And the Comets will go up a man once again. They call a delay of game penalty against Nick Gage. I believe this is a 30-second man-up opportunity for the Comets. It's their second of the first quarter, second of the evening. 55 seconds and change, 55.4 to go here in the first quarter. CVCA leading 5-1. Royals in their penalty kill defense here, kind of a 2-3 formation. As Solon restarts. Fosse Embacher. He passes looking for his teammate, Heath August, but he couldn't control it. He goes out of bounds, and they turn it over with the MO opportunity, and CVCA will have the ball as they try and kill off the rest of this penalty with Nick Gage sitting on the sideline. Royals into the offensive side of the field. Final 35 seconds. They get the touch. Up top, still down a man. And a pass too high for Ali Stegmeyer. They'll chase after it into the corner, and it trickles out of bounds, and it'll go to Solon with 22 seconds. Gage back on, and so that's it for the penalty time. And back to even strength here with 20 seconds to go in the first period. CVCA leading Solon 5-1. Comets looking for an opportunity here before the end of the quarter. 10 seconds left. Near side, Noah Landsberg. Stein crosses the middle. Shot in a trickle wide, and that's it for the first period. We've gone to the end of the first quarter, and CVCA is leading by a score of 5-1. So as we hit the first intermission, it's our first opportunity of the spring sports season to remind you or to inform you that you have the opportunity to support CVCA Livestream. CVCA Livestream has been a 100% volunteer operation. We try and do as professional production, as close to professional production as possible. We hope you're enjoying the contest tonight. It is an effort that costs about $3,000 a season, sometimes more, and that has all been borne by the team that does these productions over the last 5 years. But over the course of this past school year, we've worked with CVCA, and you now have the opportunity to support CVCA Livestream directly by going to cvcaroyals.org/give-now or by scanning that QR code, and that takes you right to the CVCA giving interface. If you are enjoying the coverage, any gift you make, whether it be monthly or a single donation, goes directly to support the equipment and streaming costs associated with this contest. We still take no money, not a single dime, but it does help offset the production costs associated with bringing these contests to you. So, You can, again, visit cvcaroyals.org/give-now or scan that QR code. We just ask that you reference CVCA Livestream in the comments section of the giving interface. That allows the folks at CVCA to know where to allocate your donation. Thank you for watching CVCA Livestream, and thank you for your support. Here we're ready for second quarter action. The Royals with a 5-1 lead after one period of play. 3 goals by Nick Gage, a pair of goals by number 12, Carter Klein for CVCA. And they're doing a good job in the first game of the season, replacing the departed Tyler Young, who was an honorable mention All-State for CVCA a year ago. He's now scoring goals for Susquehanna University. He was the leading scorer for CVCA here a year ago. Got 6 goals in his first 8 collegiate games, so congratulations to Tyler Young, and good luck to him at Susquehanna. Here, Nick Gage, Carter Klein, Michael Joyce, and the rest of the CVCA Royals are leading 5-1 as we start the second period. The Comets win the face-off, and they'll go right to left in this second period. They get it down to X to Embacher. Fossey. He's guarded by CVCA's Bradley Skolnekovic. Skolnekovic, a freshman, long pole, getting the start here in his first season, his first game as a Royal. They get it to Embacher. He's going to shoot. It goes wide. And on the chase was Solon's number 11. Again, a lot of players with perhaps different numbers. And so we do not have an 11. We'll see if we can go into the JV roster and see if the Comets might be playing some of those players in this contest here. Up top, Landsberg crosses it. A shot and a save by Cord Stegmeyer. It was Peter Naun who made that goal attempt. Royals get it across midfield, and they get it to Klein. Carter Klein for CVCA, senior attackman. He'll look up top, and he finds a teammate in Owen Guzzi. Guzzi cross field to Tyler Franks. He gets it to Gage. Left-handed shot and another score for Gage. His 4th of the afternoon, and the Royals increase that lead to 6-1. Here's the replay once again. Gage with a left-handed shot. He's been operating from the right side in most of that first quarter. As the Royals go left to right here in the second quarter, Gage on the far side of the field still, but that gives him a chance to show off his ambidextrous skills with a left-handed overhand shot to beat Thordarson. It's 6-1 Royals. Jack Parsons is wearing 42. He's on the JV roster, but it looks like he's the Fogo today for Solon. And after the face-off, the ball is loose. There is a flag down. And it's a slash. One minute. And they're going to get the Fogo for Solon. And the Royals go man up for the first time today. So in the box, number 42, Jack Parsons. 6-1 CVCA looking for more, their first EMO of the evening. On the near side, a shot by Gage, and he scores again. Nick Gage is putting on a clinic. It's 7-1, his 5th of the first half for the Royals junior. So Parsons is released, and he'll go back out to take another face-off. Royals 1 for 1 on the EMO.
Another goal, number 5 by number 14, Nick Gage.
Seven to 1 CVCA. And Calvin Warren scoops up the loose ball there, and the Royals gain possession again. On the far side, it's Klein. The senior will reset up top. Guzzi Owen Guzzi to Gage again. He's going to wind up, and there's a save by Thordarson. He's going to feel that one, but he finally saved one of Nick Gage's shots. The Royals get the rebound. Carter Klein. He surveys and then passes away to Tyler Franks. Gage on the near side. Looking for a cutter. The Royals cannot connect on that pass, and it goes out of bounds. The Comets will take possession as the loose ball goes all the way to the far side, right in front of the Grace College banner. Might have gone to the Akron Smile banner. We thank all of the sponsors of CVC Athletics. And as you see those banners in the background, we hope you take note of them and support the sponsors of the Royals. Solon puts it on the ground again. It bounces up high, and there's a battle for it. It's scooped up by CVCA's senior captain, Calvin Warren. And he outlets quickly. Back into the offensive side of the field, Michael Joyce. And another goal for CVCA. This one's Klein again. All CVCA here in the first half. Klein with a low buzzing shot. Third of the afternoon for Carter Klein. Joyce on the assist for CVCA. 8-1 Royals. So it's a solid, strong first half for the Royals in the opener. And Eli Parada wins that one again. Gage, cross ice to a cutter. A shot, and it goes high. Laser beams across the top of the net. Ollie Stegmeyer wins the chase there, and the Royals will keep the ball. Ollie Stegmeyer, far side. Klein up top. Franks, the junior. Franks will work to his right, trying to get off a shot. Gets checked from behind. A nice play by Solon's Noah Landsberg to dispossess Franks of the puck. Well, the puck. There we go again. Another fine for me. The ball. Solon up the field. Alex Khalil, first time we've called his name today. Sends it ahead. Or in this case, back to Landsberg. Switch fields at far side. Stein. He's got the only goal this afternoon for the Comets. Peter Naun. And now number 9, Heath August. August works to his left. Going to think better, trying to go that direction, and he'll reset. Finds Embacher. Fossey. Looking for a cutter. Sent a pass in the direction of Stein. Too hot for him. It goes out of bounds, and the Royals will take over again. 7:34 to go here. Second period, CVCA 8, Solon 1. A fast break for the Royals. Shot and a save by Thordarson. Michael Joyce robbed there. Looking for his first. Gets to Ollie Stegmeyer. He'll bounce it. Franks up top. Gage. Nick Gage. He'll work to his left and spin to his right. He'll shoot. And another goal for Nick Gage. 9-1. Here's Gage. Went left, spun, and left his defender in his wake and put it behind the goaltender. Nick Gage has 6 goals in the first game of the year in the first half. He left that man up there, or accidentally hit it. That was not a man-up opportunity for CVCA. Obviously, that was an even strength goal for Gage. Here he goes again. Gage open, gets it knocked down, and a rare turnover by Gage, but we've got a loose ball push on Solon, so CVCA will retain the ball. We restart. Still 6:40 to go here in the second quarter. (9-1) Royals. Make it 10-1. Another CVCA goal. Another goal for Klein. Gage 6, Klein 4. 10 for the Royals. Just 1 for the Comets.
Number 12, Carter Klein.
Royals putting on a clinic, and it looks like the Comets, who were just 2-16 a year ago, have a lot of work to do once again. And they call timeout. And so head coach Nick Pogan certainly knew what occurred last year in his first game when the Royals defeated these Comets 11-2. It is already 10-1 here in the first half. And we mentioned it before, it's a tough first game for Tyler Thordarson, the goaltender who's a senior for Solon, with big shoes to fill, taking over for the graduated goaltender Eric Boykin, who set that record with 347 saves a year ago despite the Comets' tough season after graduating nearly 20 seniors the year before. The rebuild of the Solon Comets program continues. It was Boykin who kept the Comets close in a lot of games last year. And no discredit to the goaltender Thordarson. Yours truly, the dad of a lacrosse and hockey goaltender as well, and it's the last line of defense. And you're not supposed to save them all. In fact, you're pretty excellent if you save half of them. Thordarson, though, he's got Nick Gage and Carter Klein and the rest of the Royals to contend with, and there will be better days, but it's a tough start tonight here in the first half for the Comets. Solon does have their next game coming up in 4 days' time against Glen Oak. And that is a team that they did defeat a year ago, and they defeated Glen Oak actually in a playoff game. So Solon just one win in the regular season, but got matched up with Glen Oak in a playoff game and beat them decisively last May. And so certainly a tough opening contest for the Comets, but on March the 25th, next week, they'll be back in action at home at Stewart Field against Glen Oak. And certainly, if you're tuning in from Solon tonight, get out there and support the Comets next Tuesday in their home opener. The Royals will be off until after spring break, which actually began about 3 hours ago. And there's a hold against Solon, so CVCA will take possession after the face-off again. But spring break started this afternoon. The Royals playing one game before most of the folks depart. And their next game will be on the 1st of April at Holy Name. Here's another shot. This one bounces over the goal, backed up by Stegmeyer. So he'll restart for CVCA. 10-1 Royals. Glad to have you tuning in here tonight on the CVCA Livestream YouTube channel. Once again, a reminder, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're going to do a whole bunch of CVCA lacrosse this spring. We'll hoping to do some more boys games, and we're going to get some girls action in for you as well. So make sure you subscribe to CVCA's social media accounts, the CVCA Livestream accounts at CVCA Livestream. And here's a chance for the Royals. That one goes wide, and again, Stegmeyer backs it up. Michael Joyce with a fancy attempt right there. Once again, at CVCA Livestream on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on X, as Gage looks for another, and he gets another. He went low and beat Thordarson again, and the Royals are in double digits. It's 10-1. Make that 11-1.
CVCA goal number 14, Nick Gage.
Royals up by double digits with 5:37 to go. Parada battles for that face-off once again. It's loose and picked up by Franks. Gets it to Gage again. Gage, his pass is knocked down. Now they'll battle to scoop it up, and the loose ball is still on the ground. And Gage comes up with it. Cross field. Swim dodge by Klein. Back to Gage. He's going to wind up and shoot. And Thordarson with the save. Nice job. And he'll send it ahead. Good outlet. All the way to Zach Stein. So Tyler Thordarson with a save on Nick Gage. And Solon will see if they can get one here. The Royals defense, when called upon, has been stingy. Only one goal this afternoon. Heath August, he'll wind up. And that goes wide. And back there, first and closest to it, was Fosse Embacher. In the neighborhood was also Stein. Embacher will restart. Up top, Peter Naun. Near side, Vinny Farley. Farley, back to Naun. Stein on the far side, and they'll work it around. Now near side. He had a cutter, shot, and a score by Solon. The Comets get a goal, and it's Peter Naun. Nice play right there by Solon. You get to see the replay right here. Naun cutting in and put it behind Cord Stegmeyer, the assist to Heath August. August was the 2024 Solon Comets Offensive Player of the Year. And Peter Naun gets his first of the year. The junior midfielder for Solon. 11-2, and he finally breaks the Royals' run. Calvin Warren with a long pole. Scoops that up for the Royals. And they'll try and work into the offensive zone once again. You see some subbing on the fly, kind of like hockey. And right there, the Royals did not advance the ball into the zone inside the 30-yard line. There is a Lacrosse line. It's just about the numbers there, and you've got to get there and get a touch in a certain amount of time. They did not make it, and so the ball turns over to Solon. 3:45 to go in the first half. CVCA in command, 11-2. The Comets, though, looking to try and get a pair of goals back-to-back for the first time this afternoon. Vinny Farley gets it to Embacher. Fosse, a senior, sends it up. Heath August. August up top, works it to Noah Landsberg. And he'll send it over to his teammate Naun, the goal scorer. Naun gets it back. Solon trying to work an offensive set right here. Landsberg. He's got Calvin Warren. Gets by him. He's going to wind up. He'll shoot. It's knocked down and ricochets behind the net. Solon recovers. Try and send it up into a crowd. It was knocked away by CVCA out of bounds, and so Solon will retain the ball, and they'll restart with Heath August. August will take a chance right into the number 2 of Cord Stegmeyer, and Cord likes to run out with it. Here he does. Cord, the goaltender for CVCA, is going to go across midfield. He'll get it knocked away, though. Cord Stegmeyer, the leading goal scorer for CVCA's hockey team, is going to take a chance. He'll shoot. Penalty flags are down, and it's backed up. Cord, a couple times last year, looked to try and score. yet to be successful. The last goaltender to score for CVCA was JT Nichols. And that was kind of a fluke goal, but it counted. JT with a clearance about 50 yards, and he had to beat a goaltender in a game here 5 years ago on a bounce. Cord with a more conventional attempt right there, but no luck. Flags are down, and number 3 is in the box for Solon, Vinny Farley. And so CVCA will have a man-up opportunity here with 2:20 to go. They are 1 for 1 on the extra man opportunity. And play resumes. Joyce to Klein. Klein, sharp angled shot off the side of the net. Thordarson will scoop it up, and he'll outlet. Thordarson, he finds Asher DiMatteo, who sends it ahead. Solon down a man, but looking to try and manufacture something. Puck is loose. The puck again. There's another fine for me. It's going to be an expensive first start of the season, transitioning from hockey to lacrosse. Cord Stegmeyer has it. His outlet is beyond the reach of his teammate, number 30, Owen Guzzi, but Nick Gage was there to back it up. Oh, what a shot that was. The first goal of the year by Michael Joyce, and a beauty. Michael Joyce puts the Royals back up by 10, and let's get another look at that one. Oh. The backhanded shot on the ground for Michael Joyce. And the Royals capitalize on that man-up opportunity. Michael Joyce, the beautiful goal. 12-2 CVCA. Nick Gage on the assist. Michael Joyce had to wait until 11 goals were scored to get his first of the season. But when he did, it was an artistic masterpiece. Royals throw that one away. And so Solon will restart here near midfield. Blake Gargano, far side. Stein, his pass is knocked down, but Embacher scoops it up. He's going to try and get a shot off. He shoots. Comes right back to him. Embacher with a whole lot of Bradley Skolnekovich pestering him. And the ball is loose. Zach Stein has it. Final 45 seconds of the first half. He finds a cutting teammate, Levi Smith. And Smith puts it in the back of the net. Solon gets a goal here, 12-3, with 42 seconds to go here in the first half. Vinny Farley. Bounce that one in, as you saw on the replay, and it's CVCA 12, Solon 3. Parada wins the faceoff to himself, sends it forward. Carter Klein gets the touch. The Royals will set up on offense in the final 30 seconds here. Up top, Joyce to his right, dishes. Another shot and another score by CVCA's Nick Gage. 13-3 Royals. The give and go from Michael Joyce to Nick Gage. Gage gets his 8th of the contest. 13-3 CVCA. I'm going to start scouring the record books at this pace to see if the totals in the half and potentially if they were to double them in the game. The Royals call off the Dogs. might begin to approach some of the higher scoring contests in CVCA lacrosse history. Violation on that face-off, and so Solon will have it for the final 16 seconds. See if they can get one here before the half. Ball's down. 2 seconds left. One, and that's going to do it on the first half. We go to halftime with CVCA up by 10. Nick Gage and Carter Klein for CVCA. Most of the offensive damage. Court Stegmeyer has yielded only 3, and at the break, CVCA leads 13-3. So we go to the first half intermission, halftime. We're going to pause right now for a message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. It's halftime here at Royal Stadium. CVCA leading this one 13-3. All Royals here in the first half. As CVCA's Nick Gage has 8 goals here in the first half. Carter Klein with 4. And the Royals leading by a 10-goal margin over the Solon Comets in the opening game of the season, 13-3, CVCA on top. So we mentioned that we're going to do a fair number of lacrosse games, at least attempt to pull together the CVCA Livestream team to bring you some coverage here from Royal Stadium in the spring. And if you're not familiar with lacrosse, we've got some rules of lacrosse here to go over with you. 4 quarters for boys lacrosse. 12 minutes each, as you've seen 2 12-minute quarters already in the books here this afternoon. Halftime, 10 minutes. Teams do change sides each quarter. There are 10 players on the field at a time. 3 defensemen plus a goalie, 3 attackmen, and 3 midfielders who can roam the full field. You may have seen the defensemen kind of stopping at the 50-yard line, and they can't pass that 50-yard line. The midfielders can go anywhere they want. The attackmen obviously are only allowed to go on the attacking side of the field. Penalties, well, we've seen a few of those. The Royals 2 for 2 on the extra man opportunity already. And so that's kind of got a hockey theme to it. if you are not familiar with lacrosse. Stick and body checks, well, they are legal in an attempt to dislodge the ball. Cross-checking, slashing, head contact, all illegal. And then there was one of those calls in the first half, warding. You can't use your arm, your off arm, to ward or trying to prevent a defensive player from checking the ball out of your stick. So, possession. We've talked about that a lot. Closest team to the ball after a shot out of bounds retains possession. Errant passes out of bounds or running out of bounds, that's a turnover. So those are some of your basic boys lacrosse rules. The Royals are playing in a new conference this year. If you've been following CVCA athletics, you know about the North Coast Conference, the first year of CVCA's entry and the first year of competition in the North Coast Conference. There are the 7 schools that make up the current enrollment in the North Coast Conference, and for the first time, CVCA will have a lacrosse conference that is the same as their other athletic conference endeavors. CVCA Lake Catholic, Elyria Catholic, NDCL, Holy Name, and Padua Franciscan, all dotting the upcoming schedule this spring for CVCA, and there will be a North Coast Conference champion. Beaumont is a girls-only school, and the Royals girls lacrosse team will compete in the North Coast Conference action as well. They'll play Beaumont, obviously, girls only. So the North Coast Conference championship to be contested this spring, and all those schools on CVCA's upcoming schedule. Speaking of that schedule, here's the upcoming games, not the full schedule, but the games in the next 2 or 3 weeks. As we mentioned, the Royals off now after tonight as spring break has begun this afternoon. I'm sure all the students here at CVCA glad to get a week off. Been working hard, but the Royals will resume action on the 1st of April. That's no joke. At Holy Name, they'll stay on the road on April 5th at Hawken. Their next home game against Medina Highland on the 10th. Green on April 12th. At NDCL in a North Coast Conference game on April 15th. They'll visit Stowe on the 17th of April and then take on Padua in North Coast Conference action here at Royal Stadium on April the 19th. The season will continue through mid-May, at which time the Royals and the rest of the teams in the state of Ohio will compete in the OHSAA tournament. 2 divisions in Ohio High School lacrosse, and Royals competing in Division II. Comets from Solon, a Division I team. The Ohio High School Athletic Association tournament will take place toward the end of the school year in mid to late May. We mentioned before, and we'll mention it again, that this is the debut of CVCA's head coach, Tim Gage, who took over the lacrosse program this year. His son Nick is putting on a show tonight with 8 goals. His daughter Caroline is starring at the Naval Academy, where she is a second-year player. I believe they'll call him sophomore still at the Naval Academy, but nevertheless, Caroline Gage set all kinds of records here at CVCA and in the state of Ohio in her 3 years on the CVCA girls lacrosse team. And now Dad Tim is the head man on the sidelines for the Royals lacrosse program. Welcome, head coach Tim Gage, to the CVCA. Here we've got about 2.5 minutes to go, and so that's enough time for you to check in on some other games that might be going on this evening. We certainly appreciate you joining us for CVCA lacrosse action on a Friday night. We're going to take a quick break and put up the halftime graphic with the Royals leading 13-3. We'll be back with you in about 90 seconds as we get ready for second half action here from Royal Stadium, CVCA 13 and Solon 3. Welcome back to CVCA Royals Boys Lacrosse. We've got second half action coming up for you here, but we've got a couple of highlights. We'll see if we can put three random ones together and see what we have to come up with as we wind down the clock here on the halftime. Go ahead. Looks like a second quarter highlight. Nick Gage behind the goal. And this is the one where he ranged to his left and put one behind Tyler Thordarson. Gage again with 2 of his 8. And this is a Solon goal, but we're going to go back to live action because the second half has started right now. And so there's a violation on the faceoff, and so the Comets will have the first possession of the second half, down 13-3. Solon working through their offensive set. Fosse Embacher behind the net from X. Far side. And back up top. Noah Landsberg. Non. And back to the near side as they continue to work it around. Possession, key, and improvement. Probably the key things for second half goals for the Comets of head coach Nick Pogan. They get a cutter. That shot is knocked down, but well before it ever got toward Cord Stegmeyer's net, and Calvin Warren comes up with it for CVCA. Warren with a long pole, still navigating the defensive zone, sends it ahead. A pass is always quicker than a run. They get it to Klein, and the Royals are going to have to get up to the 30-yard line and make that touch, and Klein does, and now the Royals can set back and set up their offense. Carter Klein for CVCA, the senior. Dishes to Tyler Franks. And he finds Nick Gage. The man of the night for the Royals, 8 first-half goals of the 13 for CVCA. Gage from his left now reverses to the center. He finds 3 different Comets who knock him to the turf, and they dislodge the ball from him, and a flag comes out behind the play, and the Comets draw a penalty. Oh, another big hit right there, and whistles blow. You see some of the physicality of Lacrosse as Vinny Farley ran right into that check, which was legal. The penalty came behind the play. Slashing 1-minute penalty going against CVCA's Nick Gage, and so Solon will have a man-up opportunity as they check on Solon's Vinny Farley. Solon training staff out to see if Farley is all right. He was at a full head of steam and ran right into CVCA's, I believe it was, CVCA's Bradley Skolnekovich, number 13. And so we continue to wait as the discussion and concern continues for Vinny Farley, the junior midfielder for Solon, who is standing on his own power and walking under his own power toward the sideline. Again, a sudden stop, and he will come off to the sideline, and they'll continue to ensure that he is okay Don't want to speculate, but certainly when you have a sudden stop like that, the concern is for the upper body and the head, although the coach gives him a pat on the helmet, so I think he's all right. And that is good news. Solon, as we reset here, will have an extra man opportunity. It's their third of the night, as CVCA's Nick Gage was called for the slash behind the play. So the EMO for Solon, who's down by 10, but just looking to build up positives here in the second half. Early third quarter, and they get a goal on the extra man opportunity. Their first EMO goal of the night, and they get the first of the second half.
Solon goal by number Heath August.
Heath August on that goal. He wound up, and Cord Stegmeyer got tangled up on his own feet trying to make that save. And so Solon, with the extra man opportunity goal, their first of the night. Heath August is on the board for the Comets, his first of the season. Mentioned before, he's the Offensive Player of the Year from a year ago for these Comets, so he's on the board early in the second half, 13-4 CVCA. And the Comets win the face-off draw once again. Solon looking to put up back-to-back goals. Zach Stein has it. Stein finds Landsberg, who's coming on off the sideline, gets it back to Stein. Looking for Embacher cutting, but the Royals had that covered. So they'll reset topside and swing it around. August to Embacher. Fossey right back to Heath August. Swings it up top. Non. And now Blake Gargano. Gargano. Stein. Looks for a cutter. Ball's down. Flags are down. There'll be another Royals penalty in the next stoppage. And that is knocked away and knocked out of bounds. But Solon will go up a man again. It's a hold against Eli Parada. 30 seconds. Solon will be up for an extra man with 8:30 to go. So they'll have the EMO for the remainder of the 8-minute, or until the 8-minute mark. Heath August just scored on the last extra man opportunity. Solon 1 for 3 so far tonight. This is their fourth. From X, it's Embacher. They wind up. That is a shot wide. And it goes out of bounds, out of play. Backed up by the Comets with 14 seconds left on the EMO. Stein up top. Ball is down. Stein picks it up. And that's it for the EMO. Back to even strength. And CVCA takes the ball away. Quick outlet looking for Gage. And a whistle blows. There's a violation. It goes back over to Solon. So the Comets now at even strength. The Royals back with their full allotment of defensemen. August dancing around on the far side. He's going to wind up. Saved by Cord Stegmeyer. It's loose in front, and Calvin Warren has it. Warren outlets, and it's bouncing toward midfield. It's loose, and still remains loose. Who will come up with it? Whistles blow. And it's a failure to advance for CVCA because the Royals did have possession, and then the errant pass resulted in a long delay before anyone could take possession. The Royals not able to advance into the offensive zone and the scoring zone, and so Solon will take possession once again. Royals yet to score here in the second half. They're winding close to the midpoint of the third quarter. Royals looking really good in the first half, but a little bit sloppy here. And Solon's had the majority of the possession here in the third quarter. They've got 1 goal to show for it. High pass, but Stein reins it in. He'll shoot, and it's scooped up by Cord Stegmeyer. Cord, long outlet pass. It bounces right to Solon again. The Royals turn it over. A poor connection right there, and Solon trying to break down. From the far side, shot. Knocked down right back to Heath August, and they'll battle for the loose ball. Loose in front still. And still they battle. And finally, out of the scrum comes CVCA's Michael Joyce. Joyce with wheels. Heads the offensive zone. Joyce finally finds some defense, puts a shot on goal, but is knocked down and saved by Solon. So the Royals a little impatient there after not having much possession, didn't work it around at all, put a weak shot on goal, and went right back over to the Comets. The Comets turn it over, and now CVCA again heading back the other direction. Owen Guzzi, end to end. Guzzi sends it forward, and a save by Thordarson, his best save of the night for Tyler Thordarson. Long outlet pass, looking all the way for Heath August, and he gets to him. Nice job by Tyler Thordarson right there. And so the Comets will wait for some substitutions, some offensive midfielders coming in. .4:45 to go here in the third quarter. The Royals so far held scoreless after 13 goals in the first half of the contest. Fozzie Embacher to August. Solon trying to work through their offensive set. And timeout Solon. Head coach Nick Pogan wants to talk it over. And certainly head coach Tim Gage for the Royals also probably have a thing or two to say in the Royals huddle. As you take a look at the Solon huddle right there. Solon controlling this third quarter, only 1 goal to score or to show for it, but certainly the halftime speech by head coach Pogan paying off some dividends here in the third quarter. The Royals acting a little frustrated, haven't had much possession at all after having their way in the first half. You see the Royals sideline, and there's the goaltender, Cord Stegmeyer, getting a word in with some of the Royals' brain trust. You see Chris Larker on the right-hand side with the full attention of several of CVCA's defensive long poles. Whistles blow, and we're going to get back to action here with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. CVCA 13, Solon 4. As that timeout expires and the teams return to the field. Sun is set. It's a nice night here. First game of the season. Royals in command. 13-4. Trying to get settled here and reset in a second half, a third quarter that has been a bit unsettled for the Royals, who've been back on their heels a bit as Solon has controlled possession. And they continue to work. Ball pops up. The Comets come out with it. Vinny Farley back in. He took that big hit. Works to his right, spins. Actually, it's Heath August. Though we did see number 3 out there, I believe, and he is. Actually, Vinny's still on the sideline. He's got his helmet off as we look at him. Number 8 was out there. It's Blake Gargano. 8 and 3, pretty close. We can look down. It looks like Vinny's night may be done. Helmet off on the sideline. Meanwhile, back in the field, the Royals take the ball away. Nice job there by Eli Parada. Sends it ahead to Klein. Carter Klein has a pair of Comets in the vicinity. And Carter Klein goes down to his knees and appears to be injured. And this is a significant situation for CVCA, one of their stars. And so the whistle blows and we have a stoppage at 3:27. So the Royals up 13-4. Klein is still on one knee, it looks like. Recapping what's going on here tonight. CVCA Nick Gage scored 8 times in the first half as the Royals went up 13-3 at halftime. It's 13-4 right now. And we can report to you, as you see yourself on the screen, Klein has made his way to the sideline, gloves off, walking under his own power. And certainly that is good news for the Royals. But he will go off the field. I'm not sure if he's headed to the restroom, in the locker room, whatever the case may be. But he is unavailable at the moment. We'll see if he comes back. But good to see him walking under his own power. The whistle blew, the Royals had possession, so they'll retain possession here and restart with 3:27 to go here in the third quarter. The Royals, Owen Guzzi sees the referee wind the clock, and Guzzi sends it up top to Parada. Cross field. Tyler Franks had it for a moment. Now Nick Gage, the star of the night, has it. Gets it to Joyce. Joyce's shot is saved by Thordarson again. Tyler Thordarson with another save. Loose ball, and the Royals pick up the loose ball. Winning ground ball is a key thing in lacrosse. Possession and ground ball, you win those two, you're going to have more success than not. A shot by CVCA's Nick Gage goes wide. The Royals win the chase as the ball goes out of bounds, and they'll keep the ball with 2:57 to go. Royals still yet to score in the third period after 13 goals in the first half. Looking for their first of the third quarter. Joyce's shot actually is knocked down. It's not Joyce, it was number 29 for CVCA, Ollie Stegmeyer. And so, Solon on the counter. Heath August evades one, sends a bouncing shot toward the goal, and Cord Stegmeyer scoops it up. Cord with a long outlet. And it bounces, and it's collected, or is it? Still loose. It was in the direction of Tyler Franks, and Franks was unable to range under it and could not win the ground ball. And so Solon goes right back on the attack. That shot goes wide, and Cord Stegmeyer is going to win the chase. Good job by the CVCA goaltender to win possession for his team, as that shot was errant by Zach Stein. Couldn't get the follow through as one of the CVCA defenders got into his grill as he was trying to put that on goal. Final 2 minutes of the third quarter. Cross field pass. And it's a turnover by CVCA. Again, the sloppy play continues. Dirk Geiger could not come up with that one. Calvin Warren gets the loose ball, though, and Warren with the long pole. Gets a touch, but gets it knocked away from him. But right behind him comes CVCA's Owen Guzzi. His shot goes wide, and the chase is on. And Ollie Stegmeyer is going to win it for CVCA. Minute 23 to go. 13-4 CVCA, but 1-0 Solon here in the second half. Same cast of characters, but a different result. Nick Gage, crease roll, shoots, and it goes wide again. Again, the Royals will retain possession. Minute 10. Ali Stegmeyer. You feel the chill settling in here in the second half as the sun is down on a cool night in March. But it is dry, and that's what you want to see in lacrosse. Ball's loose and taken away by Solon. 54 seconds left as they try and move up the field. They draw a penalty, and the whistle's blown. The Royals will go down a man once again. It's a cross-check penalty, 1 minute. They're going to get Nick Gage again. And so Solon will be a man up for the remainder of this period unless they score. They are 1 for 4 on the extra man opportunity tonight. This will be their 5th chance with one of the Royals on the sideline serving a penalty. Comets trying to work an opportunity for a goal here. The final 30 seconds with a man up. Long shot. Goes wide. The extra man opportunity will continue for Solon. Up top. Far side. Errant pass is going to go out of bounds, and CVCA will take over. Jake Stenger over there. So is Eli Parada. Parada will restart for the Royals. Final 7 seconds, and CVCA has no incentive to do anything with the ball here in the final 7 seconds of the period. Court Stegmeyer just keeps it in the deep web of his big goalie stick, and we go to the end of the third quarter with CVCA leading 13-4. End of the third quarter, CVCA 13, Solon 4. We've got 12 more minutes of action coming up for you. As we get this break at the end of 3, we want to remind you once again of the opportunity to support CVCA Livestream. You can give and support what we're doing here, bringing these streams to you. It's 100% volunteer staffing, professional production, as best as we can do to bring you the best coverage of CVCA athletics. You can support what costs us about $3,000 a season, a sports season that is, by going to cvcaroyals.org/give-now or scanning that QR code, and you can make a one-time or a monthly donation. Any amount would be appreciated. You can reference, or we'd ask that you'd reference CVCA Livestream in the comments section, and that helps defray the costs of equipment and streaming costs associated with bringing these coverages or these games and this coverage to you. We don't take a dime. We still continue to volunteer, but it does cost, and so therefore, for the first time this year, you've got an opportunity to support what we're doing by giving directly to CVCA. Your gift is tax deductible, and that gift, as long as you reference CVCA Livestream, ends up in a pot that we can use to defray costs for our equipment. And so thank you once again for your support of CVCA Livestream, and thanks for watching. Here, it is 13-4 CVCA, the end of 3, as we begin the fourth quarter. The Royals looked spectacular in the first half. That third quarter, though, not so much. They are held off the scoreboard. Solon got 1 in that third quarter. The goal scored by number 9 for Solon. Heath August, his first of the night, first of the year. So Solon leading the second half 1-0. And I'm sure head coach Nick Pogan pleased, much more pleased with the result in that third quarter and this second half so far. And the Royals, perhaps, have to get back to basics after a very strong first half to bring the same level of intensity here in the third quarter as they are in the fourth quarter now, and the second half as they did in the first half. The Royals, as they had possession at the end of the third quarter on a penalty, retain possession here in the fourth quarter to start, down a man. Penalty is up, and Nick Gage is back out for CVCA. Gage to his left. He's going to wind up and take a long shot. That one is not on target. Backed up by Stegmeyer. So credit to the Solon Comets. Certainly they've made some defensive adjustments, tightening things up here in the second half, and the Royals having to work harder. The Royals also just have not had the ball a great deal. On the far side, Carter Klein. Can see him back out. Penalty. He draws a penalty. Continues to try and retain the puck. It's finally knocked out the puck. Another fine for me. That's 4. The ball. That is knocked away. And finally, another penalty comes there. And so the Royals were going to have an extra man, but I think they took a penalty right at the end there. And so it looks like they're going to take one from both sides. And the last team to be penalized gets the greater penalty because possession will go to the alternate team. We'll wait for the official calls as they both head to the sidelines, but you've got a pair of 12s heading off. 12 for Solon, that is Matt Siff. 12 for CVCA is Carter Klein, and both will sit out. Solon will have possession of the ball because Klein's penalty occurred last. So the penalty on Solon is a hold, and that goes against Matt Siff. The penalty against CVCA is unnecessary roughness at the end of the play against Carter Klein. Siff's penalty is 30 seconds. We could not quite hear the length and duration of the penalty for Klein. We can tell you is that it will be Comets ball from midfield as we restart. And Solon still down 13-4. But up 1-0 in this second half. Fosse Embacher to the near side. And the Comets work it around. Pass toward the middle. Knocked down, a scramble for it. And Solon's goaltender, rather CVCA's goaltender, Cord Stegmeyer, comes up with it. And a nice outlet pass. Calvin Warren, I believe, on the far side. Actually, it's not Calvin Warren. Vitamin CVCA's Ali. Dirk Geiger, 28. And Joyce chasing. And now back to even strength, both sides. Another penalty is down. The Royals take another penalty. So undisciplined play by CVCA in this second half. Loose ball here. And the Comets come up with it. Shot goes wide. And the whistle blows, and now the penalty will be enforced. It's a slashing call against CVCA's Michael Joyce. 1 minute penalty, and Solon goes up a man once again. 9:29 to go here in the second half. And hobbling off the field for CVCA is Jake Stenger. The junior defenseman. And so they'll have to kill this penalty without Stenger, who takes a seat on the bench. 13-4, Royals scoreless here in the second half after exploding for 13 goals in the first half. That was deflected out of bounds, and Solon will keep the ball. Restart occurs. Solon on the EMO again. CVCA packing it in on defense. And an errant pass. This is going to go over to CVCA. So still down a man, but the Royals will have the ball. Certainly trying to get something going here in the second half. Stegmeyer. Long outlet. And again, it bounces. And Solon will get it. That's a turnover for the goaltender. And so Solon with a chance, shot, and a score. The bad outlet pass comes right back to haunt the Royals, right into the back of the net. And here's the goal for Solon. It's Heath August. His second of the night. The assist goes to Noah Landsberg. And it's 13-5. And then there is a discussion on the field about whether there's another penalty at the end of that play. The goal is good, and there's another penalty going to be assessed against CVCA, and they've referred to it as a conduct penalty. So the referees are going to come together and discuss this. There's no one on the sideline yet, but Solon expects that they're going to have a free clear here. So maybe a conduct penalty just results in a free clear, and so Solon retains possession. No one on the sideline, so we're back at even strength. But 13-5 CVCA. That's the second EMO goal of the night for the Solon Comets. That pass is knocked down, and there'll be a scramble forward on the far sideline. Chasing after for CVCA is Skolnekovic. He goes to the ground with one of the Comets, and one of the Royals comes out with it. And it is Bradley Skolnekovic, the freshman, into the offensive zone. He gets the touch. He'll dish. And the Royals, Klein, has it knocked away and taken away. So again, CVCA not able to do anything here in this second half. The Solon Comets, despite the score, are imposing their will on the Royals here in a second half in a game where they were just being blown out. What was twice a 10-goal lead, including 13-3 at the half. Still is an 8-goal lead. The Comets struggling to get much done on offense, but certainly controlling the play here in the second half. Royals restart with the ball after the break there. So Joyce sends it down low, and another bad pass. Ollie Stegmeyer couldn't get up to jump high enough for that one, and the Royals turn it over again. Solon on the clear. Fossey Embacher operates mostly from X, but Embacher up top right here. But finally gives it up, and the Comets have it on the far side. There's a shot and a save by Cord Stegmeyer off the stick of Blake Gargano. And Stegmeyer's going to run out with it. Cord across midfield. Cord Stegmeyer thinking about doing it himself. The goaltender for CVCA into the offensive zone. Cord Stegmeyer still has it. And timeout CVCA, and Tim Gage and the CVCA Brain Trust not pleased with what they saw on the field right there. Cord Stegmeyer coming to the sideline, and he's going to get a face full of the head coach. And with the second half that CVCA has had right now, it is a one-on-one conversation and a one-directional conversation between coach and player. So, having said that, the Royals break out into their position groups And they've got a lot to work on here in the second half that has seen Solon control most of the play despite the score on the scoreboard. The Royals scoreless in a second half after 13 goals in the first half, a tale of two halves tonight. 6:45 to go in this contest. And Solon playing right to the conclusion, and certainly head coach Nick Pogan will be able to build off this second half as Solon heads into their next game, once again, which they are back in action in just 4 days' time next week. On Tuesday, their home opener at Stewart Field up in Solon against Glen Oak. Comets play again next week also on Thursday, another home game against Boardman, and then their season continues on April the 1st at Highland. Royals next up after spring break at Holy Name, and then also at Hawken on April 1st and April the 5th. Here we've got 6:45 to go. CVCA trying to get something done here in the second half. They will have possession coming off this timeout. And they start play. Nick Gage, 8 goals in the first half, turns it over. And again, the Royals' sloppy play continues. Far side for Solon. The Comets send it down low to Embacher at X. Fosse Embacher. One of the all-time names I'm sure we're going to hear all season. It's F-A-S-I, Fosse Embacher, the senior. Now up top, Heath August, who's got a pair of goals. The only multiple goal scorer tonight for the Comets. His shot is too high. It's backed up by Solon as we hit the midway point of the fourth quarter. Back up top once again. Non can't control, and he turns it over. CVCA into the offensive zone. Still looking for the first goal of the second half. They get close, shooting and scoring, and finally the Royals are on the board in the second half. The goal for CVCA, Carter Klein. As you see right here, Klein got right toward the crease. Overhand shot beat Tyler Thordarson, and CVCA finally with the first goal of the second half. It's 14-5 CVCA. Carter Klein's 5th goal of the night. The assist to Tyler Franks. It's been a while since we've had a face-off. After the last Solon goal, they had a free clear due to a conduct violation by CVCA, so Comets win the face-off. But they throw it away, and CVCA will quickly take over. Final 5:37 to go here. The first game of the season, the Royals up big, 14-5, but it's been a frustrating second half for CVCA. They'll have work to do, which is what you want after a first game. And again, we're pleased that you're with us tonight. Tuned into CVCA Livestream. Into the offensive side of the field. Klein still needs to get the touch. Finally does. Gets it over Franks. Franks inside shot. That goes bouncing over the goal, and we'll see who the call is. The call is the chase won by Solon. That shot attempt by Ollie Stegmeyer. I believe 29. Ollie's usually on defense. Solon, long outlet. It's going to bounce all the way. Actually, it's controlled by Solon. Caught as we're lost the ball in the lights. And the Comets retreat. Heath August has it at X. He's going to try and crease roll. He'll get to the front. Backhanded over the shoulder shot. Bounces. And a knockdown by the goaltender Stegmeyer, and he's going to draw a penalty. And finally, the touch. And Cord's going to have to come to the sideline, which means the Royals don't have another goalie suited up. The Comets are going to get an extra man opportunity here without a goaltender for CVCA. It looks like number 3 for CVCA, Levi Smith. He is actually the backup goaltender for the Royals. So Levi Smith goes into goal for CVCA. He's the second goaltender. Well, Court Stegmeyer sits on the sideline. Levi Smith into the game for the Royals. Both goaltenders are seniors for CVCA, and the Royals take the ball away. Solon's defense knocks the ball away. It's picked up by CVCA's Calvin Warren, rather. Carter Klein has the ball. It's looking at Carter and talking about Calvin. Klein up top finds Michael Joyce. Joyce eludes a pair of Solon Comets. Gets past the third one, shoots, and Thordarson with a save. CVCA backs that up. Behind the net was Owen Guzzi at X. Royals still down a man. Solon up 1. Penalty continues to Cord Stegmeyer. But CVCA looking to score here, and they will. And back to even strength and a goal. Right as the penalty expired, and the Royals get a second goal here in the second half. And it was number 29 for CVCA. Ollie Stegmeyer gets his first. Do you watch the replay there?
Number 28, Ollie Stegmeyer. 29, sorry.
First of the season for Ollie Stegmeyer. He's no stranger to scoring goals. Scored a ton of them during the hockey season. But his first of 2025 on the lacrosse pitch. Cord Stegmeyer gets back into the crease for CVCA, his brother. 3:28 to go here, and the Royals restored the 10-goal lead that they had at halftime. Solon wins the face-off once again. And on the far side of the field, Brady Dean, first time we've called his name tonight, had it for a moment. Solon can't complete a pass, and so CVCA clears once again. Bradley Skolnetkovich is a name that we're going to call a lot. He's had a good game on defense for CVCA, a freshman. Certainly you want to have new blood as Nick Gage has it again. Dishes a pass, and that goes over the net on a shot attempt by Carter Klein. But Skolnetkovich has done a great job just clearing the ball. Another fine for me. That's 5 pucks tonight. Nick Gage shoots, and he scores. 9th of the night for Nick Gage. He got free on the right side.
3:45 in the fourth quarter. CVCA number 14, Nick Gage.
And not much Tyler Thordarson could do there. So 14, check that, 16-5. CVCA now leading. We resume. And the ball still loose and controlled by the Royals. CVCA gets the touch. We're down to the final 2.5 minutes. Royals with possession. Again, it's Gage. He's looking for more. Shoots, and he scores again. Nick Gage is in double digits for CVCA, his 10th of the game for the Royals, who now lead 17-5.
With 2:01 remaining in the fourth quarter, CVCA goal,
What a first game of the season for Nick Gage. 10 goals tonight. And it's guys looking in the record book, which has not been updated in a number of years, but nevertheless, Mitch Gilly scored 9 points, and he's one of 5 times that was done through the 2021 season. Mitch Gilly twice, Ryan O'Connor twice, and Christian Beckett once. Goals in a game, the record through 2021 was Noah D'Souza with 7, and Mitch Gilly with 7. So, assuming that has not been eclipsed in the last 3 years, Nick Gage, as the Royals get another one from Carter Klein, putting his name likely on top of the record books for CVCA for goals in a game. And Carter Klein is not far behind. Ollie Stegmeyer in the assist there. 7 goals was a previous record. Carter Klein now has 6 in this game. That had been done 7 times previously, 3 times by Mitch Gilly, twice by Noah D'Souza, and twice by Christian Beckett. Again, those are some dated records. Record book has not been updated on the website since 2021, but it's pretty safe to say we'll certainly send Sports Information Director Ben Miller scouring through the records officially, but you've got Nick Gage with 10 and Carter Klein with 6. Very, very likely it's a school record tonight for Nick Gage, who is following the footsteps of his sister Caroline, who set all kinds of records for goals in a game and goals in a career for CVCA on the girls' side. As we're into the final minute of play here tonight, and the Royals leading 18-5. Bit of a frustrating second half, but certainly a lot to be pleased with tonight for the Royals. And if you're a fan of the Solon Comets, certainly they're going to be better nights, and you've got to be pleased with the second half the Comets played, and they're still playing strong. And you get a ball knocked away right there by one of the Comets, Braden Huth. Royals win the loose ball. We're down to the final 30 seconds. Gage has it once again, and he may just hang on to it. Nick Gage, 10 goals tonight for the junior from CVCA, and he will, as the clock is going to wind out. And there we go. The clock runs out, and CVCA is victorious on opening night by a score of 18-5. Nick Gage with 10 goals tonight, Carter Klein with 6, and CVCA defeats the Solon Comets tonight 18-5 to go 1-0. The Comets drop to 0-1. Solon again will be back in action next week against Glen Oak at Stewart Field in their home opener. Good luck to the Comets. CVCA now off until the 1st of April when they play Holy Name. We'll get a couple Nick Gage highlights right here and then send you on your way for the evening as Gabe Laurie is going to fire him up right now. And here come the highlights. Gage with the second to last of his goals on the evening. Put that one behind Tyler Thordarson. And here's the final one, his 10th of the night. And the one that will put him likely atop the record books for CVCA all-time in goals in a game. CVCA final 18 and the Solon Comets 5. Before we head off the air tonight, we want to remind you one final time of your opportunity to support CVCA Livestream. You can head to cvcaroyals.org/give-now. Reference CVCA Livestream in the comments section. If you want to quickly take a scan of that QR code, you can do that as well, and that will take you right to the CVCA giving interface. About $3,000 a season, and we're just starting lacrosse season to bring these broadcasts to you. We'd certainly be pleased and privileged if you could help us out. Every last dollar you give is tax deductible and goes toward helping us defray the cost of equipment and live streaming. We do not take a single dollar for what we do here. 100% volunteer staffing, professional production, Thank you for your support of CVCA Livestream, and thank you for watching CVCA Livestream. All right, that's going to do it tonight for our coverage. Once again, the final score, CVCA 18 and the Solon Comets 5. We hope you enjoyed the coverage tonight. On behalf of Sean Mosher on camera and Gabe Laurie on replay and pressing all the buttons tonight, my name is Tim Nichols. We're glad you've watched CVCA 18, Solon 5. Until next time, so long, everybody. Have a great weekend.